Hi, my friends. I hope you're doing really great, right? Learning and giving information to other people and helping what you can. And if you were invited by the organization to do something, or if you're doing by yourself, remember always to be safe, 100% safe, 100% smart. Get organized and always take care of you and your family first before you help others, okay? All right, so here are some more updates on how we can help a few other families, not too many, but a few, it's okay. All right? Okay, have a blessed and safe day. So here it is, the information. Or you have your own family is big enough, like quite many adults, everyone is healthy, everyone is strong. Or even that you have one person that's sick, but most of it is healthy and strong, smart, you study enough, you have a good plan. Before you do anything, my friends, you need to have a good plan. Because in some countries, the power of the country or the people that are leading or working at these locations, you don't want to tell them you want to leave their country. You don't want to make new ideas, you don't want to do anything extra. You're just gonna leave to a safe location. But you cannot be in a bus, right? If you get a bus, let's say you get a bus or a few cars or a few vans, you go into this new country. Where are you going to? Let's say you don't trust the university, you don't trust that school because you know people that work there, even that they were invited by the organization. We, the headquarters, we're doing the best we can. But you are the one that needs to know who work at this location. Do you really trust them or not? Because not the problem, it's not the organization itself, it's not the Waldorf school itself, it's not the university itself, it's not that. It's people that work there that you have to know. Need to have an idea. Or you heard about rumors and negative things, but you really don't know. Because I really believe Waldorf schools you can trust. I don't know universities, because some might be private universities for a religion, private universities for something else. I don't know, but Waldorf schools, if they are really Waldorf, they accept different nationalities, they accept different cultures, they are already used to be together and have their events together, even in countries that have some specific cultural or religious clothing and all these rules and guidelines. Okay? So check before, get information, all right? But remember, when you call someone, they have your number in a call ID, so be careful. Make a search online first. Remember, some countries check everything that you have online. Okay? You have to remember those things. Because what happens is, in some countries, there's no government control on what people do online. And some countries do, and a lot, and you don't even know. Some countries check people when they walk on the street connected to their ID. There's a little chip in there, you know, their debit card, their ID number, you know, those little chips of credit cards and so on. Some countries have purses, mouses, computers, cell phones. They listen already everything you're talking. So you have to be careful, my friend, and you don't even know. You're gonna know many years later. So you have to be careful, because that's how some countries check on people. Okay? All right, you have to be safe. So if you already have a doubt that your country is not really democratic, so you're gonna leave your cell phone at home and talk at the garden, right? You're gonna find ways. Talk at the garden, leave your phone home. If you have a car key, those bulky car keys, they have chips in there, microphones. They have chips on purses, they have chips, all these objects with batteries, lamps, toasters, coffee makers, all these electronics, or maybe even your home. But we have to find a way. If it's a country that is controlled, maybe you stay right there quiet and share a few words here, share a few words there, right? Be careful, because that's something else. The best is just wait. Just wait, because the organization gonna be there. The places that you can help, it's more are those other ones. Because what happens is, in some countries, there's no government control on what people do online. And some countries do, and a lot, and you don't even know. Some countries check people when they walk on the street, connected to their ID. There's a little chip in there, their debit card, their ID number, those little chips of credit cards and so on. Some countries have purses, mouses, computers, cell phones. They listen already everything you're talking. So you have to be careful, my friend, and you don't even know. You're gonna know many years later. So you have to be careful, because that's how some countries check on people. Okay? All right, you have to be safe. So if you already have a doubt that your country is not really democratic, so you're gonna leave your cell phone at home and talk at the garden, right? You're gonna find ways. Talk at the garden, leave your phone home. If you have a car key, those bulky car keys, they have chips in there, microphones. They have chips on purses, they have chips, all these objects with batteries, lamps, toasters, coffee makers, all these electronics, or maybe even your home. But we have to find a way. If it's a country that is controlled, maybe you stay right there quiet and share a few words here, share a few words there, right? Be careful, because that's something else. The best is just wait. Just wait, because the organization gonna be there. The places that you can help, it's more are those other ones. Okay, so the other type of people that you can help is the refugees, but that is separate, is the university. If you're a student or a teacher, then you're gonna join a team, because that's different, okay? All right, what you can help now is just a few families, all right, according to how many adults, to the type of situation you want to take those families away from that location. Maybe it's a friend of yours and their neighbors, maybe someone you know, okay? But make sure you're safe. Okay. Okay, so basically it's that, my friends. Just do the best you can. If you have condition, get organized with everything. Instead of purchasing them a cell phone, get organized ahead. Find a place for them to be. Make sure yourself if they have water or not, So make sure how many. Already get the signature. Already get the outside toilets extra if it's needed. Already get everything. To another city, to another state, to another country, whichever is safe. Because some places people can leave their country easily, walking or whichever. They are allowed to do that, such as refugees. That's still going on many places with civil war. And some countries forbidden to leave their country, so you're not going there. You're not going to help. You're going to stay and wait, okay, to be safe. But if it's authorized, what I meant, if you're safe to leave, is not for the government, from the police. It's for drug dealers, religious practices, and cultural practices. Okay? So if you want to leave yourself that situation, or want to help friends, neighbors, that's okay. You can even get a bus, put everyone inside, agree in secret ahead. The bus come 4 o'clock in the morning. You make sure have a proper contract, paid or not, have everything signed, and you're gonna keep all these documents for everything you get, and keep in a plastic bag, very sealable, okay, plastic bag. And if better, of all your documents, always carry with you in a small belly bag, okay, not one hung that anyone can take away. Be safe under your shirt, your coat, your sweater, whichever, have that there. When you arrive at the new location, if it's a hotel, whichever it is, then it's their job and also yours. Everyone needs to take everything out, show everything, then it's different. But from the location you live in, because can be hours from that location, rent a bus and go. Okay? Never be dropped off right in front of the place you're gonna be. Remember that. If you're taking an Uber, it's okay. Here's an improvement. Uber is okay. Van, it's okay. Bus is okay. As soon as you're really safe, it's okay. If it's not safe to take a whole bus, because people can easily see where the bus get 2, 3, 4 cars, get 2, 3 vans, rent or ask neighbors or friends. Why? Because you don't trust that driver. So what you're gonna ask? You're gonna ask them to leave you. You're gonna pretend you're going to a location. In reality, the real location is 2 blocks apart. You're gonna plan everything ahead depending how bad it is, the location. Because you cannot trust that driver 100%. Okay? And the person that's receiving you is also not receiving buses or cars right in front of their property, because we're trying to be safe. So you're gonna ask them, depending how safe it is, what's the situation, who you don't trust, the place you're going or the driver, or both. Okay? Because you also have to see how is that neighborhood you're going to. It's really trusted. Can you walk for those 2 or 4 blocks? Or the person that you don't trust is the driver that you're paying. So just do the neighbor sideways, not across the street. So if you're going to a church, you stop at the hotel, stop at the restaurant, right beside, or a little bit ahead, but not too far that's gonna call attention, everyone with bags walking around. Okay? All right. Okay, so this way you're safe. Make sure you have the receipt, even from an Uber. And who is going to call that Uber? That's another thing, because if you're using your credit card, people are gonna know where you are. Okay, so make sure, get an Uber driver that you know, but ask them to receive cash. So your information, nobody gonna know, in case it's a problem with the government. But if it's drug dealers, they're not going to search your credit card. They don't have access for that. But it's always better to be safe, because some drug dealers are bad, okay? So you don't leave any bad trace behind. Close your bank account ahead. You know why? Because I'm not having much money right now. That's it. It's not their business if you're closing your bank account. So close your bank account. Stop using your debit card. Take a little cash. Keep in your bag. Don't use your debit card at supermarket. Don't use your debit card anywhere. Okay? That's other ideas as well. Be safe. So if you're gonna get a car, a van, or a bus to bring you and those other families to a safe location, even across the border, because it's authorized, go ahead and do it. Okay, go ahead and do it. If you're safe, plan ahead, organize, okay? All right. What I was saying I didn't complete properly is for the furniture, jewelry, Jewelry you're not doing. Everyone needs to do themselves. But furniture and objects of the house, yes, you can do it. You can bring, if it's too many or things that are more expensive, and if the person accepting such as thrift store or whichever it is, bring the owner of those items. And it's their job to do, if they want to take a picture, the owner or not, do a paper if they want. Okay, because some people they do bad things, they do good things, but you, if you are the driver of that van or that pickup truck, yes, you can help your community. Get every morning 5 o'clock, get the furniture. Okay, hide that pickup truck. You can load the day before. You can do these things if you have a place to hide that pickup truck or that van with the furniture in it. Get the family to sign, and someone from the family will go with you, come back with you if you're the driver of that van. Okay? All right. All this is good. Make sure you get authorization and make 2 copies, because if the person receiving the furniture, if it's safe, leave the paper there or not, because you don't want bad people find out that you sold, before you really will be in a safe location, such as drug dealers. Be careful, okay? All right, or crazy people that follow others for religious or cultural practice, as I said before. Okay, so those people you can help, or those with water. If it's a country government situation, don't touch. Wait and wait, okay? All right. And basically is that, all right? If it's a people that you're gonna help, like you go with a car and give some information, then you're gonna come days later, remember you have a different car and you can already bring some water to them. That's fine, bring water to them. Some gallons of water, clean water, if you have money, or if you have the containers and get the water from your own tap, okay, bring some water for them to be safe. Never ever get jewelry from other people to sell to someone else, right? They have to do themselves. Get out of it, because you don't want any problem in the future. You can do, it's furniture, house items, even electronics, if they want to sell, just for you to get money, because you do what is authorized in your country, you do it, but you have to be smart. You go to a thrift store that's right there in your neighborhood. No, you have to be smart. You jump 2, 3 neighborhoods, or you bring someone to the city never saw you before, and then the other family bring to another one. One day you're gonna pick up truck, the other day we go with a van. Okay, so the families you have to be smart for everything. Don't go to the same thrift store over and over bringing things there. Okay, just plan the best. All right, the other idea is to drop off the furniture with the owner sideways, not right in front of that thrift store that agree to purchase those items. Call ahead, ask how much they paid. Call 2 or 4 places. Have an idea on how much they're gonna pay, if they're gonna pay cash or check, or discount. Okay, for you to be safe, to leave that community without drug dealers know about where you're going to and what you're doing. Okay, all right. Now, the most important is the water? No. Is the food? No. Is the furniture you want to sell? No. What's the most important? Is the furniture you can sell? Is the jewelry you have? Is the document? No. What is the most important of all? What is it? Your own family alive. So be careful the baby, be careful the toddler, the little child, because you're going to be worried with too many bags. Who gonna carry that baby? Who gonna carry that infant? Who gonna carry that 2-year-old, 4 years old, 5 years old? Who gonna carry and really hold them at all times and tight? Who gonna care about that teen girl? That's beautiful. Or that teen boy that's already half involved in drugs? Who? Okay, all right. And you're the parent. My friend, do everything you can. You have God with you. You are safe. You make a good plan. Get people you trust. Who you trust to get that teen or your husband or your wife or your child away from those drug dealers. Who you really can count on, because that is the treasure of your life. That, my friend, is what counts the most. It's that you won't leave your own children behind. You won't leave your own teens behind. You won't leave your young adults behind for drug dealers. Okay? That is what counts the most. Okay, and if a couple comes and says, look, I can pay you $500. I'm just giving ideas, a lot of money. I can pay you $1,000 for that baby, for that child. You're gonna say yes? No, 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 no. It's your baby. It's your child. It's your teen girl or teen boy. They go with you. You hold their hand. Okay, if it's needed, tie them up and put on a bus, and there you go on that morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Yes, okay, because you put them alive in this planet. You love them. You are responsible for them. If you let other people, make them into drug dealers or not, you are responsible, because something in the past happened that you lost control of them, whichever it was. If because they have an earplug on their inner skin of their ear, such as inner speaker that told them what to do, connected to phone, connected to a toaster or coffee maker. You are the one that lost control of them somehow in their lives. You were not home. You are the person in charge. You're a mother or father. You in charge for them. Okay? All right. You are in charge for them. And if along the way you were divorced and the court order gave your child to the other parent, but you have consciousness that was not an honest deal, that child's yours, that teen is yours, and you're gonna have it. Okay? Because maybe they were more powerful, maybe because they were more they had more money, they pay someone behind. I'm talking for rich people now. Of course, not for poor people, it's not in this situation. If you let go, let go. You are in charge because you let go. You cannot ask to have it back. But if you're from a rich community and they paid, the lawyer or the thing, and it was not right, it's your child, it's your teen. Okay? But if it's already an adult, and if it's not safe, you're not going there. The importance for you to be safe. So 100% safe, what it is. So you need strong man, you need a strong woman, make a good plan, and when they come home, you put them on a bus or you put them in a car and look strong at their eyes and say, I love you. You are my son, you are my daughter, and we are moving together. But you have to trust to do that. How are you going to do that? And if that person open the door, leave the car and rather stay with the drug dealers. So you have to see, where is your point? Where is your point to be safe? Because you have other children. You have your mother, your father. Where's that point of the line that really you're going to be safe and trust that teen? Because, my friends, some people do the worst. Yeah, some people do the worst, so you have to be safe. How are you going to do that? Put in a bus with other family members? And if that person, you need strong men to hold that teen or that young adult to take away from the drug dealers. Okay, all right. Even we know that everyone involved in bad things, they're gonna write afterwards. They were mandated to do that or not. So they have to make a statement afterwards. That's okay. The statement, if they were mandated by someone to do it, they're gonna be kind of forgiven. If they did for own will, they gonna pay right away with proper years because they're gonna have a past bad practice. All of them gonna have a jail unclet, right? Jail unclet. But that's bad because then stay behind, right? That's bad and stay behind because the organization gonna work the best as possible, right? But if every family gonna take their own children, their own teens out of traffic, oh, that will be a great help, right? And move far away. My friends, go to another city, go to 4, 6, 8 hours away. Make a good plan. Go to a small city. No one from those slums, no one gonna know where you move to. You have to be smart if you live in a slum with shanty homes with drugs. You have to be smart. That's much worse than cultural or religious problems. Drug dealers, oh my friend, and they convince children, they give money, they give chocolate, they give desserts in general, they give fun days, they give even cars, they give fun days out, right? They convince them and they're so dumb. And who is the fault? The parents, the fault. The parent was not home, the parent was working. Even that you try so hard, my friend, to get that little money, that few dollars a month. But they are the one that stay home alone in the street with bad people, smoking marijuana, dealing with all types of illicit drugs. You are in charge, so you're gonna make a good plan. And if the other families have the same situation, have children, involved in the situation, the whole family is afraid, what you gonna do? Oh, you need a very, very, very good plan, right? Because you don't want that bus to get inside any slum. You leave your clothes, you leave everything, but you grab that baby's hand, you grab that teen's hand, tie them up if it's needed, but they're your own. Make sure you have the birth certificate and leave. That's what you need, documents and your life. That's what is count the most, because when you're in the new city, then you figure out. But it's not a bunch of bags or furniture for sale or jewelry for sale. No, it's not. It's those people, because you cannot arrive at the new location with jewelry because they don't know if it was stolen or not. So or you make them into money before you go or not. If you're poor, how you got that jewelry? Put on a trash, right? Put on a trash if it's not yours. All right? Get a change of clothes. That's important. While you wash one, you have the other. Get something easy. A change of clothes, and make a plan, because you need to go to a hotel, a church, a place that you really trust. And here's an improvement. Nothing to do with the government. If the government's mean, but if the government is good, such some countries, the government is good. They don't care. They don't even have time for that. So who is your worst enemy? Is the government, the drug dealer? Make a good plan. call, focus, and talk to people. Don't say words on a cell phone. Like avoid words such as the city name, the person's name, or go in person. Go ahead in person. Get everything organized, get all these documents signed. Go you and another man, a strong man that, as I said, check everything. Look for everything. Check the neighborhood or go with a car, Make sure who you really trust, which is this driver that can go drive with you around. Before you talk to this person, this hotel, because some countries is good. As soon as you are away from that slum or shanty houses, right, shanty homes, it's okay. Because people know where they live. Go to another state. Leave cell phones behind. If you think your cell phone is connected to any drug dealer, they're hearing what you're saying. Okay, leave those cell phones behind, put them in a trash, and start a new life at the new place. The main thing is for you to be safe. Don't carry anything with battery, any cell phone, any iPad, any laptop, because what counts most is for you to be safe at the new location. Because some drug dealers, if government can do, some drug dealers can hear you too. They find ways. So be careful with everything you do. Go to a small city and live. Live, okay? All right. Live. Clean the best you can. And of course, don't leave any thing that they would figure out where you went to. All right, if it's drug dealers, if they're gonna come to the house afterwards in the future, make sure. And depend on the situation. Remember I told you, wait for 8 or 10 days. No, depend on the situation. Just get it done. But who is your enemy? Is the owner of the house you rent? Is connected to drug? So leave without any paper. Get the regular receipt if you're used to, right? As soon as you go to a new state, then it's okay. And then in the future, when you're going to do paperwork for the organization, then I ask, do you have where you rent or you own? Oh, we rent. Where's the paper proof you don't own anything? And then you're going to write, the owner was related to drug, or we were afraid to connect the owners. That's it. And you have to send a mail to that owner from somewhere that's not the city you are. Just to say, or an email, just to say, from today on, we are not renting the house. The key was hidden at this place. You need the proof. Send an email. And then never use that email again. Print. So you sent that email, right? Print, never use that email again. So plan ahead. Get an email, open an email that you think is easy. All right. So send all these emails to the renter company and to the electricity company to cancel your name from it, that you don't live there anymore. Print. After, go to sent, open up, get a document so you have the time, the day, you cancel those things. You cancel the internet if you had, you cancel the electricity, the water, because some countries you pay water a lot. You cancel the rent. As soon as you send the email, you have the proof. Done. Nobody gonna, you have the proof. Okay? All right. And then never use that email again. Okay? All right. So you're organized, your family's with you. You grab that hand. You get that baby and you put in your lap. You have a plastic bag to put the dirty diapers. Carry some diapers with you, of course. Okay, some wipes, the one you have, or toilet paper. Okay? All right. So that bus driver, it might be better. You can also change. That's another good way for you to don't have any, I don't know the word now, any information behind. So change the driver. So you go until one town, over there you already have plan rented or urban bus or travel bus to the following town or the following state. Get out of it and don't leave anything for drug dealers to find where that dear family member was connected and where your family moved to, okay? All right. Okay, so do that. So you can take regular buses until the bus you trust, or the other way around. Get a bus first so everyone can leave 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 might be too late. Maybe 4 or 5, you see what's better. Okay, because you live, if you live in a slum, you know what's the best. And if someone come and help you, or if you're watching this video, try to get information ahead, okay? But if someone study with you or work with you that knows they're in this location, the other way, it's like you go to work and never come back. You plan ahead, never come back. That's another way. Everyone that they go to work, they never come back. You already have set up where you're gonna meet. So everyone gonna meet at this subway station or at this park or whichever it is. Where's the plan? All right? That's another idea because some big cities have subways. So if everyone gonna get their own subway and meet that day, that time, on that place. Which one you gonna take first? So, or first is an Uber, or first is a urban bus. Which way you can leave that slum with drugs in the most safe way as possible? How? How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna help a co-worker that you like so much? And they live in a slum with drugs. All right? Plan ahead. Go to work. Don't trash anything. Just be careful. Start eating your food. Eat. At the last day, you don't even have to carry food with you. What you have is a few money, a little money, just for a sandwich or little something at this new place. Okay? So be smart, my friend. Be smart, really smart. Someone gave you a cell phone. Who gave you? The government wanna trace you, or that's not your problem. The problem is the drug dealers, because they find ways. Maybe the drug dealers have cameras inside their own house. So be careful what you do. Drug dealers and mean government, just be careful. Have a lot of attention. Okay? All right. So you do those things, you get there. All right, so let's say you plan to meet at a specific location, right? Specific location to get a van or to get a subway or to get, if they're not there, what you do? You go. If they didn't arrive, you cannot stay there too much. Okay, so they are the ones that have to plan ahead to get to that location and have a plan. If they don't arrive up to 1 hour wait, you're gonna give them plenty of time, such as 10 o'clock in the afternoon, 10 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, or what? They need, so all the families, each family gonna come their own. Because if they're not at school, just be careful, drug dealers, because the kids go to the same school, right? Okay, so if they miss school, you have to run, my friends. You run. And Friday is always the best. Why? Because you have 2 days without school. So it's 2 days without working. So each family gonna plan what's the best. What's the best? Friday at night or Saturday 4 o'clock in the morning? What is the best time to leave those neighborhoods with drug dealers? Okay? All right. So you do that. And if it's needed, change to transportation. Get a bus, another bus, and then, or subway, and then a bus, and then another bus, and then the travel bus. Okay? All right. This way you're free from drug dealers. All right? Okay, don't leave anything behind that might give you any idea where you are or Okay? So just do this thing. As soon as you're in a new location or in the middle of the way, the best is the middle of the way. Send that email to all these places I'm telling you for electricity, for rent, okay? Send an email and never open that email again. Done. Print. Make sure they have two things, a place for you to type, a place for you to open email, send an email, and then a place for you to print that paper, okay? Or you print afterwards, that's okay too. I'm just giving ideas because some people, it's hard to live. You have to pay attention how you're gonna do it. All right? And then you're gonna see what, as soon as you have a safe location, proper signatures, you need signature of this place that's receiving you, this church or this hotel, whichever it is. Church is better because hotel, they might have still guests going from one city to another. So focus more in places that can accept you and these few families, let's say, right? That is no other people coming in and out. So churches that close down or not yet, or no schools, avoid schools if it's possible, okay? So buildings or even places, don't go to a farm. Don't go to a farm and be away from everybody. You don't know. Because maybe a farmer agree, yes, you can come, I have a huge house, I have verandas, you can sleep, no mosquitoes. Oh, no. You don't, even that you know them for years. Some people know others for years and then they do something bad. Never ever leave your place to go to a farm in the middle of nowhere. You don't know where it is. No, you can go to a small city. If a church receives you, that's the best option after the moment because they have to close anyways. If they're closed or not, doesn't matter. Just go. Okay, just go and be safe. All right? And that is the best. Okay, be safe and make sure, for example, if you have, hi, how you doing? Okay, so the other thing is that for the children and teens, don't let them keep looking the way if they were related to traffic or to bad people. Okay, so they won't know how to go back to that situation. All right? If they're really, really bad, my friend, leave them there and you go. You are safe with the family and these other families because you don't want to bring someone with you that, will really go back to the drug dealers. So you have to see how much is worth it because you don't want to bring a teen or a young adult, right, that is really addictive or really addictive to money. You don't want because, and if that you bring them, they're gonna figure out one way or another where they are and will call a drug dealer. You don't want that to happen and tell where everyone is. Okay, so you are the one that's gonna make the decision. All right, and do just for a few family members, just for a few people. Get 4 or 6, not too many people. Because, if one family has one person involved on that, the other have another person, the other have another person, then it's not good. For you to be safe, which ones? The young one, children, you lock the door, you sleep by the door, and don't let them go out. That you can do, but for older teens, they're much stronger than you, or for young adults, they're much stronger than you. Oh, sleep by the door doesn't help. They jump the window. They cut the net of the window. They just jump and leave. So, or they hurt you. They grab you from that door. And what you gonna do? So you're the one that have to get in consideration all these details. All right? And if they're addictive, my friend, leave them behind. because you're not going to have drugs at the new location. And they're going to get anxious, if they're really addictive. You cannot bring drugs to feed them slowly and, give them vitamins and everything for them to be healed. So you have to count all these details. Live without them and be safe with all the other families and the little children you have. So you have to see. They work for drug dealers, but they are not addictive, then you can consider. But if they are addictive of any type of drug, including marijuana, so what you're going to do? Leave them and you go safe. You and, total of what? 20 people, 40 people, 60 people, whichever it is, be at the church and plant on the back, nothing at the front. Don't be standing at the front. Don't be outside at the front of this church. Don't call attention. Don't, if you go to supermarket, go really early in the morning, done, and go inside the church. Don't bring children with you. Go the adults. The adults go with a street cart or with bags, because bags is the most reasonable. Go very early. The supermarket open at 7. You're there, get your food, come back, done. Okay? All right. For us to be 100% safe, those are some ideas. All right? And then you see, as I said, if you're going to leave like to your job and never come back, or you pretend you're going to bring your child to an appointment and never come back, what's going to be that situation? Or if your own spouse is the problem, right? The same exact way. Start planning, ask for help, put a little paper in someone's bag, put a little paper in someone's book, such as school, if you have a friend, right? If your own parents are involved in drugs and you want to be safe with your own children, write and give to a school friend you trust. If you trust them, yes, and then, because we have to do what we have to do. Who is the drug dealers? Your own parents. Or your own grandparents, or your own uncle or aunt. So who is the drug dealers? All right, so be smart. Yes, you can go with other families you trust. But then you leave a note, because send a note on a mail. Not from the city you're going to be at. But at this, if they're addictive, right? If they're addictive. If you think you cannot have another way, yes, you can do it. Go ahead, move. And then you're going to mail. Make sure you have the stamp ahead. Make sure you have a small envelope, flat envelope. Sent to where? To home, to your mother or father house, or to your mother and father work. Where are you going to send? Say, Mother, me, my brother, my sister did not disappear. We just moved out of drugs. We are safe in a good house. And put that paper in. All right? Okay? Write with your own hands. Don't pay attention what you're doing, and mail that letter. That letter gonna arrive. But never ever from the city, because so they don't have track where you are. Okay? All right. And the other thing, if you trust the police, for example, you're a teenager, your parent is in drugs. All right, if you trust the police, make a note to the police so they can plan ahead. Don't talk. Just put a note and give to them and leave. And give some information about you, which school you study, so they can pick you up after school, before school, but only if your parents are really drug dealers. All right? Because that's another situation. It's the reality. Okay? All right, my friends. So thank you so much. And if you're helping other people, make sure to have the notes. What's the most important to guide people? And be careful. If you're a teacher in an area with drugs, how are you going to guide those students or those parents? How are you going to do it? Have you ever had a parent meeting before or never? who you want to help, because you have to be safe first, remember. All right, because some places, where it's not safe, some police might be even involved. And not only for drugs, I'm talking also about those problems, religious problems and things like that. All right? Be 100% safe, 100% smart, and united with your family. United with your family. Okay? All right. The other thing is that children, teens, adults, people know how to lie and really bad, right? So you might have a child, a teen come to your house, please help me. And it's all fake. They will cry. They will create huge stories. They will lie for real. And when you see their parents are honest, but it's asking them what? To clean their room, to eat properly, to wash dishes, to help, That's why they want to leave that house. But it's nothing to do with drugs or anything like that. They will lie and you have no idea they're lying. They will lie for a long time. So if you're a teacher, if you get any note in your bag, don't be the superhero. Examine. And for you to take a child or a teen out of someone's house, only if you have proof that they're really drug dealers. Also consuming or whichever it is. Okay? You cannot, it's forbidden to take other children, teens, in any non-proof circumstances. If they were beaten, they have real marks, because some countries, they easily you make a phone call, the police is there, pick them up, like United States, they pick them up and go check, and then they go to foster home. But in some countries, they don't do anything. The police, it's so many cases, so many people, it's not enough people to take care of those phone calls, right? So don't be a superhero right away. Examine, share someone else, because someone else, depends if you're a student, neighbor, someone else might know where they live, someone else might know their parents. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, but if your parents work, they always work, I see them working. Or, so be smart, be 100% smart. Think of what that adult is saying, that child is saying. Look for signs, if they were really beaten or not. Because some countries, as I said, they don't have proper assistance for foster home or things like that. Okay? All right. And the best you can do is just guide parents, give them information, get the basic of all these videos I'm posting here, in flashcards. Flashcards, I'm saying paper cards. When I say flashcards, it's not those flashcards on a computer. Make a little note in a piece of paper and guide. So if you're a teacher on those areas, or if you have some co-workers, just do the best you can, a little bit here, a little bit there, and wait for the organization proper work and proper help with, a group of people attending these places. All right? Okay, so you're going to be safe instead of being a superhero. All right? Okay, my friends. So I talk to you soon. All right, so never, ever, ever get a child or a teen that's not yours because they're saying stories to you. Because even if they are from parents that are drug dealers or drug users or physically abused, you need proof. To bring them to a foster home, you need proof. You cannot bring them to your own house. Because as I said, they lie, and they lie really good. Okay, be careful. And never ever set someone in your house. A woman comes crying at your door and with a child in their hand, you're going to bring them home? No, you don't know them. You don't know them. Okay, they're going to let you sleep outside, use your bathroom? Never do that, because they might take even your wife or your husband, right? And you know, if you let them come in, use a bathroom, you don't know who they are. You don't know if they're gonna put bad cameras inside your house, or if they're gonna convince and live with your husband or your wife. So if it's a man crying with a baby in their hand, or a woman crying with a baby in their hand, no, here my house, no, don't even open the door. You don't know them. They need to have their own friends, their own neighbors, their own families to count on. All right? So always be really safe. During the 4 weeks, the school's going to be closed. So you have to help people before or after. Okay? And the organization is doing the real best we can to attend families from all places, even from faraway rural areas, and of course, from refugee camps, from slums, from cold places, natives. Okay, we're going to start with the ones that are most critical, right? People from slums, people from refugees, people from cold areas. They have to start moving, right? Okay, my friends. So I really appreciate your attention, and always be 100% safe, 100% smart, and we go on. Talk to you soon. All right, so never, ever get a child or a teen that's not yours because they're saying stories to you. Because even if they are from parents that are drug dealers or drug users or physically abused, you need proof. To bring them to a foster home, you need proof. You cannot bring them to your own house. Because as I said, they lie, and they lie really good. Okay, be careful. And never ever accept someone in your house. A woman comes crying at your door and with a child in their hand, you're going to bring them home? No, you don't know them. You don't know them. Okay, they're going to let you sleep outside, use your bathroom? Never do that, because they might take even your wife or your husband, right? And you know, if you let them come in, use a bathroom, you don't know who they are. You don't know if they're going to put bad cameras inside your house, or if they're going to convince and live with your husband or your wife. So if it's a man crying with a baby in their hand, or a woman crying with a baby in their hand, no, here my house, no, don't even open the door. You don't know them. They need to have their own friends, their own neighbors, their own families to count on. All right? So always be really safe. During the 4 weeks, the school's going to be closed. So you have to help people before or after. Okay? And the organization is doing the real best we can to attend families from all places, even from faraway rural areas, and of course, from refugee camps, from slums, from cold places, natives. Okay, we're going to start with the ones that are most critical, right? People from slums, people from refugees, people from cold areas. They have to start moving, right? Okay, my friends. So I really appreciate your attention, and always be 100% safe, 100% smart, and we go on. Talk to you soon. Okay, my friend, the other thing is that it's an improvement here. If you're going to give a cell phone to anybody, you know, yes, put password, because they have to remember 4-digit number, okay? And you can give a regular touchscreen, a simple touchscreen phone with internet. And you can also give those small open apps, right? That's another idea as well. Okay, whichever is the situation of your country, because the one that is open up, the flip ones, are less tracked. So if you're in a bad area for government or things like that. But if it's government, really, the best is to stay where you are and wait. Okay? All right? But if in other places such as civil war or drugs or things like that, if you can leave, leave. Be safe, be smart, and leave. Okay? All right. Thank you so much, and we're doing really great, and I see you soon. At the new location, if you're guiding other people for yourself, always arrive discreet. Don't talk too loud. Don't say where you're from. Don't say how long have you been there. If it's 1 day or 1 year, don't tell anyone, yes, good time. Don't say long time. Don't say short time. Don't say you just arrived. Whichever it is, this location, you're waiting for a new house, right? Okay? A person just arrived or is an old resident, don't give information if it's an old resident of that area. Oh, I never saw you here before. Oh, yeah, we are here for some time. Sometime, good time, sometime, good time. Don't say 1 day, 1 year. Don't say anything. Avoid. Okay? Because people will be coming from different places and we have to be safe at all times. Okay? All right? That's another detail that's very important. All right, let them and guide your children, guide your teens to don't keep telling anyone from school, from neighbors, because some gonna see that you just moved because they live right there, right? If it's an apartment or something. But for example, if you're waiting on a church, don't say where you're coming from because maybe that church is having families from other places, right? From other situations, okay? So that church might have some people from one situation, people from some other situation. Don't share, don't ask, don't say, okay? Just say good time, because that's the term I'm gonna use. Good time, good time. Can be 1 day, can be 1 year. All right? It's not their business. That's how we say in English. It's not their business. Now, when you're doing paperwork, then it's different. You have to be honest, all right? And make sure those paperworks are listed at the website, at the organization website, real paperwork, all right? And it's not someone creating stores in the name of the organization, all right? You can do paperwork if they receive it at your church. It's okay, you can, but simple paperwork, because the person in charge of that church, whichever it is, a response for those people. Who are these people here? Where they come from? Or, So they're going to have simple information, your first name, last name, documents. Documents you have to bring. Documents. Bring your put them in a plastic bag because in case it rains, in case you get sweaty, okay? And put them in your belly, Tuck them in. If you don't have a purse, like a purse, tuck them in your belly, right? Tuck them in, put in a transparent bag and tuck them in so they're safe at the new location. Get 2 plastic bags, rainy season, my rain, put them in because it happens, it leak. Rain, you're not going to be worried, get one bus, another subway, for example, and then a train. Let's give an example. You need 4 different transportations so you're 100% safe depending where they're coming from. You're going to be worried about documents? No. You're going to hold your babies and your children and your teens with you. That's what you're going to do. Be close to each other and help supervise the kids. Have a little look on the other parents' kids. Make sure they're doing exactly the same. Have them in your lap, on their lap, I mean. Have yours on your lap, have them on their lap, and hold them strong. Why? Because you don't want to be close to the door as well. The door, bus door, and if someone grab them, the bus leave or the train leaves. Oh, you have to pay attention. If you're sitting in the bus, put your back a little bit towards the corridor of the bus or the corridor of that subway, right? You can use that chair, but you have to be smart. Grab them, embrace them, and hold them. And if they complain, you make them be quiet or just get another seat. They have to be safe. What about that teen girl, the beautiful teen girl, or that 5 years old, 2 years old, 1 year old, doesn't matter, 11-year-old, being boy or girl, doesn't matter, they're your own. Yes, because subways, they close the door, my friend, they cannot open the middle of the way. By the time you ring the emergency bell, they're going to check what's going on only the next station. That's kilometers away. All right? 2, 5 kilometers away. And then, So you have to be smart with all these things. Hold them tight. Hold them tight. Okay? Hold them tight. Have them with you. And as I said, depending on your situation, you can bring 4 bags because some countries have no problem of any type. Some cities of some countries, they are just living because they don't have clean water, for example, right? Or because they already have everything, it's the organization, they're gonna help building, then it's different. Then it's organization people, they're gonna have their badges, they're gonna have the embroidery shirts, then it's different, volunteers. And they're gonna be announced from universities, not from any regular school, universities that are established for a long time, not universities that suddenly say they're university, and inside is not even a license. So be smart for everything. Never ever. If you have a dog, you're gonna bring that dog with you. Only if you're 100% safe. Otherwise, give the dog to somebody, or it's better leave the dog, but have your children with you, safe. How big is this dog? Oh yeah, if it's a little dog, you cannot bring a dog to a church. You have to donate that to someone somehow, discreetly, go to a faraway neighborhood or something, go for a walk, long walk, and then you give to somebody. Oh, why you don't want it? Oh, create some story. Oh, my kids are allergic. My husband is allergic. My wife is allergic. I don't know. Create a good story. Never ever say you're moving. To people you don't know. Okay? All right. Get rid of dogs. Get rid of cats. And you cannot leave them alone there as well, because some dogs never gonna move. Give them, that some cities you have to cross the whole city. You're gonna have the whole day, like a good 5 or 6 buses, like 4 buses each way for you to donate to proper locations that accept dogs. So you have to see what's the smarter way. Or ask, if you have some money, ask a veterinarian for kindness or for money to put them to sleep. But you're not risking your life because of a dog or a cat, or risking your children's life or your teen's life because of a dog or a cat. Okay? And you cannot leave them alone without food, without water. You cannot do that as well. Because if you have neighbors you trust to give that dog to, and then you go ahead. But you have to be really pay attention what you're doing, so they can even imagine that you're moving if you don't trust them for saying that you're moving. Okay? And then in the future, when you feel safe, you send them a letter. Right? We move, everything is good. But you cannot mail from your own city. That's another thing. You have to take a bus, go to another city, mail from another city, or when you're leaving. So you can, but if the whole family, they're gonna guess. If they're your real friend, they're gonna guess you're well, right? But if you're just a single woman, you have to tell one of the neighbors that you moved, you're safe. Just drop off a letter, on your way. Not close to where you will be, but right there nearby. All right. So my friends, we're really safe, right? 100% safe. 100% smart, and there we go. See you soon. Okay, here there is an improvement. If you're helping someone or for your own, if you have a cell phone, you're gonna delete pictures, you're gonna delete emails, you're gonna get your email out of that cell phone, and you're gonna search ahead how to do a factory reset, because they're going to delete everything and you're going to start a new phone. You just have to make sure how you're going to do that you know how to set up afterwards. Okay? That only if you have real problem with people. Otherwise, use your phone, delete the pictures, get a new email, start a new moment. All right? Okay? All right. The other thing, don't bring to these new locations pictures, because you don't know other families going to be there. Okay, so let's say you go in with 2 other families or 4 other families, or you helping 2 or 4 other families from a bad situation. But over this church or over this place, or hotel, whichever, might be other families. So people walking around, if every person gonna have a room or not, because the best, I said the best is a church, is not. The best is a hotel, because people gonna have their own room and lock the doors. And you're safe there, right? So people are not allowed to come to clean it. You know, they can come and to inspect while you're there. But if you have disagreement, they're not, because you can have your documents there. So the people can come maybe twice a week or so to check if it's clean, okay? Yeah, church might work as well, but at night only if everyone is really safe, because if you have children, you sleep tight. Hold them with you when you sleep, or take turns. The wife sleep a little bit, the husband a little bit. If you don't know other families, if only your own friends, okay. But if you have other families, close, talk to them, make sure they're really close and safe, okay? Because the side need to be open for people to see what they're doing or not, so parents also won't do any bad to their own children, because that's another situation as well. So the corridor, right, the part can be families on both sides, that part needs to be open, or some kind of open, let's say 2 meters open or so, right? People that are, people can have, let me think, 1 or 2 meters open, so they can close some chairs a little bit sideways, but not totally. I think that's safe, because we also have to see, the person in charge of that church also have to see what the families are doing, to make sure no one is doing anything bad, okay? All right? So it can be, that's fine, it can be a school, can be a church, can be a hotel, and can be another location the government gonna help, or whichever it is, okay? All right, very good, my friends. So do not bring pictures. And if you have costumes, like cultural or religious, avoid. Take away from your cell phone, take away from any printing things. Before you give those computers away, if you have a laptop or anything, make sure you do it before, okay? All right? And don't give away if you need it, because some people gonna need and use them. Don't give your cell phone ever, and your laptop, your computer, if you're bringing to this church, and this is the one you have, okay? All right? The other thing is that if you're not going to work anymore, the same way, put a letter on a mail when you're leaving. Don't put, in the new city you're gonna be, right? If you're running away from these people, right, you don't need to give any information where you're going. Be smart at all times, okay? And just put a letter to one of the neighbors and to one of the people that you worked, right? Buy stamp ahead, buy a small discreet envelope, okay? All right? And mail to a place where you're sure, because that's another situation. Some rural areas, they don't have a place. They don't even have delivery of mail. So you're gonna deliver to a place they work, or a place where mail is available, all right? So they say, we are safe, we're good, we moved. Thank you so much, Or the email, whichever, it's better, because email you have a proof. So do emails, no letters. Do emails, you have a proof, like for rent, for rent, electricity, water, any utility bill, and work, rent and work, utility bill. So these 4 things, do by email, because you have a proof you sent on that day for them to disconnect your name from that location, okay? So you're safe for these 4 things, because gonna need this paperwork afterwards for the organization, okay? And for the owners, depends how much you trust them to say that you're moving, But the best is also to say afterwards, in the middle of the way, stop somewhere, library or somewhere, and send them an email or a letter, whichever is safer, okay, for work. And for this rent owner, if you don't trust them, you don't need to be, the rent is better, right? Because you have a proof that from that day on you don't owe anything. But if you don't, depends how it is, just send an email, you have a proof. Yes, let's do always email, no letters, okay? Because you don't know if this letter gonna arrive. Let's do emails, okay? All right, and you can even check your email afterwards, but you can also renew your email because gonna be old contacts. Yes, you need a new email. Everyone needs a new email as soon as they move to their new location. All right? Because on the old emails, gonna have old contacts that you're not with that people anymore. Old neighbors, old co-workers, okay? All right? So get a new email and renew this way. And with the organization real papers, you're just gonna be honest for everything. Because the organization gonna know anyways, or already know anyways. So that's not your main concern. Your main concern is to get away from, as I said, drug dealers and places like that with problems, or water, okay? All right, but like for refugee camps, don't worry, because that organization gonna have proper teams from the university going to those places, okay? And even to slums, we are going to get away. But if it's easy and safe, go ahead and already do it, already move, and get organized, all right? If it's possible and safe. Okay, my friends, have a great day. Okay, my friends, I really appreciate all your work, all your cooperation, and have a wonderful day.